All right. So welcome back, everybody. I forgot it is 1:59 p.m. So we're starting a little bit early, but since I saw the parties here on Maxwell Jordan, I wanted to take that up first. So on this case, we're not on the record, but Ms. Zamora, on this case, I see that the defense filed a motion for a PR bond.
Yes, Your Honor. On 1165 PR. Yes, and we have no objection to their request for a bond pending the decision by the Court of Criminal Appeals.
All right. Are you asking for any type of conditions?
We'll defer to the court on any conditions that you feel are reasonable.
All right. And let me see if Mr. Jordan is on Zoom. Just one moment. Who is Eric T? Does anyone know who Eric T is?
Hello, I'm here. Hello.
Hello.
I'm here for bond modifications, I believe, at 2 o'clock.
All right. Just give us a moment.
Okay, no problem. Tony Hernandez is my attorney.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Ferguson, has Mr. Jordan been ordered from the jail?
Yes, ma'am. Let me check up on that, Judge.
All right. Thank you. And state and defense, what is the charge on this case?
He was revoked on an aggravated assault, I believe it was.
That's correct.
Judge, I don't know that he could afford or if GPS would be appropriate, but if you'll recall from this writ hearing, and it was a while ago, Mr. Maxwell did talk about an underlying substance abuse problem that he believes he has under wraps now, but testing and whatnot may be a reasonable condition.
Okay. And the issue is, I don't know any of the underlying facts of the charge. So I don't know what the alleged circumstances were surrounding the charge. So if somebody, and we're not on the record yet, I'm waiting for the defendant to be brought over. So
I'll get that for you, Judge.
Give me some information in regards to that so I can make a decision on whether or not GPS is appropriate.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll get that information for you.
Okay. And Mr. Valentine, I think they're going to be bringing your client on the screen in a moment. Do you need to confer with him before we begin?
If I may, I don't think he understands what's going on.
Okay.
I've written him, but I don't know my letters that got to TDC before he got moved.
Okay, as soon as they bring him, I see they have the screen ready. They just don't have him seated in the chair. As soon as he's there, I'll send you to a breakout room with him.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Eric T, you need to keep your video on.
Lauren, I've got a prosecution guide if you want me to shoot that over to the judge.
Sure, that's fine. That'll work.
And State, have you talked to the complainant about the release?
We have initially made contact when this writ was filed. Let me check to see if anybody has followed up since that initial contact.
All right, thank you. All right, and I do have the prosecution guide. Tony Hernandez, is your client criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence, Judge.
And it's Michael Thornton, correct?
Michael Thornton or Eric Michael Thornton.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Valentine, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3 with your client.
Thank you, Judge.
And Mr. Jordan, if you'll go to breakout room number 3, please. All right, I think Miss Zamora went to go check on something.
Sorry, Judge, I'm back.
No problem. All right, before we go on the record, Ms. Zamora, do you know if the complainants have been contacted?
Looks like attempts were made to contact Miss Elizabeth. I won't even try her last name, Barazella. And there was unsuccessful contact for her. But I guess out of an abundance of caution, we would ask for no contact with Elizabeth Barazella or her address.
And I would note for the court that Mr. Jordan was placed on deferred adjudication supervision initially, and he was revoked, but there was no allegations of improper contact during the time when he was on supervision or anything like that.
All right, so we're going to go on the record and before we do that again. And what about Efron Villanueva? Because those are the two complainants who are listed.
Judge, I don't believe we made contact with anybody of that name. The only victims I have is Miss Barazella.
Okay, in the report I have, they have two complainants. It's Elizabeth Barazella. No, Baraleza.
Barazella.
Yes, and Efron Villanueva.
That might have been a different count, Your Honor, but it doesn't look like anybody even attempted to make contact with him.
All right, do you all want to see if you can make contact with him so he'll know?
I can, Your Honor. I have an old number, but I can also have our investigator look into it.
All right, if you can check on that. And does anybody know what his conditions were previous when he was on deferred?
I can get those for you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
And Judge, this Mr. Efron Villanueva, he was the owner of the home. So Mr. Jordan drove his vehicle into a home that his ex-girlfriend was coming in or out of. And Mr. Villanueva was the owner of the home. I don't think the facts indicate that he was targeted in any way.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, that sounds correct. It was more for a restitution, I'm assuming, if there was any.
Okay. All right, then, if both parties are ready, we'll go on the record.
Sure.
The court is calling 2015 CR 1752W1. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Warren Samora for the state.
for the defense?
Patrick Ballantyne from Maxwell Jordan.
And are you Mr. Jordan?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor, no
Any
objection.
objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Jordan, do you have any objections to us proceeding by video?
No, ma'am.
All right. So we previously had the 1165 hearing. My understanding is that the issue was ineffective assistance of counsel and not actual innocence. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And so we're waiting for the Court of Criminal Appeals decision. Is that correct?
That is
Yes, Your Honor.
Does anyone have any idea of when the Court of Criminal Appeals may have their ruling?
No, Your Honor. I think it could be some time.
Sometime, yeah. All right, then. So the defense has filed a motion. They're saying that it's unopposed motion for a personal bond for Mr. Jordan. Is that correct, State?
Yes, Your Honor, we have no objection to the court ordering a bond and any reasonable conditions pending the decision by the Court of Criminal Appeals.
All right, do you have any objections to a PR bond? Because that's what they're requesting.
No, Your Honor.
All right, then the other issue then would be conditions on the PR bond. Of course, there's going to be a no contact order by the court with Elizabeth Baraleza, Berrelleza, and Efron, Efrain Villanueva. And the court wants to order GPS. Defense?
Judge, well, I would first note that with regards to ability to pay, Mr. Jordan has no money at this point. He does have a job which he thinks he can resume, but that's a little speculative right now. So if GPS is ordered, we would ask that you waive fees. Judge, as I noted off the record just a moment ago, initially, Mr. Jordan was placed on deferred adjudication community supervision for this offense. He was later revoked, but none of the revocation allegations or any of the facts submitted by probation alleged that he had any improper contact with any of the complainants in this case while he was on community supervision. So I don't think that there's a substantial risk of him making some sort of, well, any contact with either of the complainants in the case.
All right, does anyone know what the alleged allegations were in the motion to revoke?
It was failure to report for testing. He failed to complete the outpatient portion of his SATIV treatment, and then stopped reporting towards the end. And no new number ones or anything.
That's correct, Your Honor. There seemed to be an issue, I think, as Mr. Ballantyne pointed out earlier, with Mr. Jordan's substance abuse issues. And I believe Mr. Jordan testified to that as well during the writ hearing.
All right, so this is what the court will do as his conditions. There should be no contact with Elizabeth Baraleza, Efron Villanueva. GPS fees will be waived. The court will order partial GPS. Defendant is allowed to work. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Random UAs, waive the fees for the UAs and waive GPS fees as previously stated. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Judge.
Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, could I have a 60-day reset date on Mr. Jordan so we can keep track of where we are for the appeal?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second, Jim. I'm just trying to check your calendar, Judge.
All right, we're going to come back on May 9th. All right, is there anything else from either side?
Just one question. I know that Mr. Ballantyne submitted findings and facts and conclusions of law, and the state had no objection to them. I just didn't know if those had been signed by the court yet, or I'm not sure where.
If there were no objections to them, they've already been signed by the court.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Maybe excused.
Yes. Mr. Ballantyne, do you need to speak with Mr. Jordan anymore?
No, just to say, Maxwell, please call my office and let me know how I can get a hold of you once you're out.
I have one question though. So when you waive the GPS fees, I don't have to pay nothing up front either for them to initiate the monitor? Or is that just the monthly fees?
You won't have to pay anything until the judge decides otherwise.
Okay. All right. But that's fine.
All right, thank you. Norma L12 can go back.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Ballantyne.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
You too. Hector Garza. Yes, you have,
Billy Taylor.
yes.
And probably be good if I start with the prosecutor, Your Honor.
Okay, this is criminal trial division.
Correct.
I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Judge, when you get a second, this is Ryan. Can you give me co-host abilities again? My computer logged off during lunch.
Sure, no problem. There.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Yes. That one's done.
You're muted, Judge.
Anthony, is it a criminal trial division or family violence?
Judge, I confirmed this morning on Mari Hinojosa. So if you could put me in a breakout room with her, they gave me an offer this morning.
Sure, I'll send you to number 4.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay. All right, Mr. Cantrell.
Judge, my client's willing to accept the offer from the state this morning, from Criminal Trial Division. If I can get someone to do the paperwork on that, that would be
All right,
great.
what prosecutor were you speaking with?
It may have been Brittany.
All right, Brittany, are you able to do this paperwork on Ms. Hinojosa?
Yes, Judge, we'll get it done.
All right, thank you.
Jen? Take this stuff on my desk.
Hey, Tony, do you need to speak to me or no?
Yeah, Michael, if you have a minute.
Okay, I'll meet you back in the room. Other Tony, sorry, Tony.
Hey, Ryan, you still out there?
What's up, Hector?
Hey, man, real quick on this,
Yeah,
Billy.
We'll,
Yeah.
we'll run, here, I'll put us in a breakout room just so we can.
Tony?
Sorry, Judge. Yeah, Judge, we have an offer on that that'll dispose of all 3 of his cases. He just wants a couple days to think about it. Can we call him Thursday or Friday?
All right. Ms. Ferguson on Thornton,
Yes, ma'am.
can we recall that Thursday?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we will come back on Thursday.
Is that 9 o'clock, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you very much. And Norman, thank you very much. I appreciate your help.
You're welcome.
All right, so we will see you on the 10th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
And Mr. Thornton, you can go ahead and log off now.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate your help.
You'll take care.
Judge Hector Garza,
Yes.
can I be put back in the breakout room wherever my client is at, Billy Taylor?
Yes. All right, everyone, just give me and Ms. Ferguson, can you see if there's an ETA on Mr. Langlois?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Judge,
Yes.
I have a witness meeting and it looks like family violence is finished all our cases for today. I hate to abandon my peers, but I'm abandoning my peer in a witness meeting so far.
I think they will be okay. I could, I don't know if they're going to forgive you, but what can you say?
I can do what I can do, Judge. May I be?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too, Judge.
Okay, bye-bye.
Your Honor, I'm not sure if this is a good time to interrupt.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Billy Taylor, Judge, I was appointed to one case. I was not aware she had a second. So Ryan and I have been talking about that. We're gonna do an agreed reset so I can get some more information on that second case. Equally, she has calls number 2021 CR 9638.
Mhm.
Right now, she's remanded without. Ryan and I agreed to do a $7,500 bond.
Okay, if you all will send me your agreed order.
Okay.
And when are we recalling this case?
Judge, I think a normal, whatever, a 30-day reset, we can get all these things going.
All right, and what is the new case?
They're both the same general type of offenses. I think one of them's UUMV and one of them's a theft of vehicle with a UUMV count.
Correct.
All right, and that's Billy Taylor, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
Judge.
All right, Ms. Taylor, why are you not appearing for your cases? Is there a reason for her failure to appear?
I think she might still be in her breakout room, Judge.
She is, Judge.
Okay, let me bring her out. All right, Ms. Taylor, why are you not appearing for court? That's why you're at the Bexar County Jail. You did not appear.
Yes, ma'am, I didn't appear because I was just working and I totally forgot about it, honestly, because the person that I had worked on the bike for, I thought they were going to show up and like clear it all up, but that didn't happen.
No. I don't want to get into the facts of the case.
Okay.
And your attorney doesn't want you to get into the facts of the case.
Right.
Your attorney and the state have agreed to a bond amount.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm letting you know, I'm going to follow their agreement, but if you fail to appear, there's going to be something different. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, on Ms. Taylor, can I have a 1-month reset, please? All right, we're going to come back on April 12th.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Garza, is there a different attorney appointed to that case?
No, Judge, from what I understand, I'm on both.
Okay. All right. We'll see you both back on April 12th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And Ms. Taylor, once the court receives that agreed bond, I'll sign it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Number Taylor 12 can go back.
Yes, ma'am.
And I saw your chat.
Thank you.
All right, are the parties ready on Mary Hinojosa?
Judge, I'm the prosecutor. This is Brittany.
All right. All right, the court is going to call 2020 CR 2987, State of Texas versus Marie Hinojosa. Could I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Hey, Sparks.
Anthony
defense.
Cantrell for the defendant.
And are you Ms. Hinojosa?
Yes, correct.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Hinojosa, I'm going to show you what's entitled defendant's consent to enter a plea by video conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Hinojosa, I'm going to show you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Hinojosa, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonition. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Hinojosa, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,000 fine probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be $60 restitution to the Bexar County Criminal Investigation Laboratory for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea.
Yes, Judge. State offer states Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Any
No
objections?
objection, no objections.
Ms. Hinojosa, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but the court will defer finding you guilty as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
I'd like to, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, this is the young lady that was going to get the pretrial diversion, but she failed to come to court, and so the state withdrew that offer. She's had no priors. I think she's learned the valuable lesson of keeping appointments and doing what she's supposed to do. So we'd ask the court to follow the plea agreement.
All right, Ms. Hinojosa, do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am. I have 3 children.
What are their ages?
Their ages are 18, 20, and 21.
Why were you taking a car seat from the Goodwill?
Honestly, I don't have, I was dropping stuff off and then I saw the car seat on the floor. So I was getting it because I was babysitting my nephew.
Doesn't your nephew have, how old is your nephew?
Now he's 5.
All right, so he didn't have a car seat?
Not in my vehicle. He had one in my mom's vehicle, my sister's.
So were you driving around with him in this vehicle?
No, not at the time.
Are you employed?
No, I take care of my son who has a disability.
What is that disability?
He is autistic.
Which child is that?
The 20-year-old, I'm sorry.
How much are you paid to do that?
I'm not paid to do that.
Okay. So how do you support yourself?
My son gets SSI and then his dad will send me money like for him.
So you are being paid?
Oh, yes, through SSI. I'm his payee representative. So he gets $530 a month.
So how are you supporting yourself on $530 a month?
And then what his dad sends us.
All right, so that leaves housing or either an apartment.
Yes, I'll
groceries.
stay with, yes.
So where are you staying?
I was staying with a friend of mine at her apartment.
So where's your son now?
He's with his dad right now.
Okay, you're gonna get a job while you're on probation, you understand?
Yes,
How far did you go in school?
I completed high school.
All right, how often were you using drugs?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
How often were you using drugs?
Oh, but it was not very often whatsoever, like maybe like once a month, if even that.
A month, once a month drug habit does not translate into somebody having drugs in their car. So here's the thing, I'm trying to set conditions for you where you will be successful. If you're untruthful with me, if you're not successful because you don't have the appropriate conditions, that's all your fault. So let's start over. How often were you using drugs? And I believe it's meth.
Yes, it was meth. Then they didn't find anything in my vehicle. They did find marijuana in my vehicle.
All right, so it was meth. So how often are you using meth? Before you were arrested?
Maybe a few times a month. Like it was just random. It was kind of like a social thing. It wasn't like an all the time thing.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. 2 years deferred adjudication, $1,000 fine probated, $60 restitution for drug testing, 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof that you've obtained the COVID vaccination that includes the booster. Court is not requiring you to do that, but if you have it and you present it, 40 of your hours will be deducted. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or any employment involving minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Regular Zoom or in-person reporting. So if you can't report by Zoom, you need to do it in person.
Okay.
Random UAs or patch. Field visits. 2 times per month, random. Rebecca, is there anything else she needs?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Hinojosa, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
I don't believe so.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, Ms. Hinojosa. Ms. Hinojosa, you're going to have to get an employment, and your employment is not living off your son's Social Security money or living off of checks that his father sends to him. That entire Social Security is supposed to be for his benefit, not yours. You need to get employment and get your own place and pay for your own place. Okay, so far, what it appears to the court is that you have been supporting yourself off of your son's finances, and that's going to stop. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. I'm going to send you to a breakout room, Mr. Cantrell. You can be excused, or either you can go to the breakout room with your client.
Ms.
Thank
Hinojosa,
you.
if you need me, give me a call. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And
Okay.
everyone, I am going to stop live stream. I can't believe it's 3:34 p.m.
Mhm.
So I'll see everyone back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Unless one of you wins the lottery, then I don't know if you're going to show up or not.
Sure.
But then I think lottery is like on Wednesday or something, so. All right.
Unless at least